Alright, so welcome to Better Ask Somebody. For those who are just tuning in, I mean, we just tuning in too, so anybody that's watching, well, we'll be watching this later. I am recording one day. I'm just going to drop about 10 Apple Music podcasts whenever I feel like it, because I'll be busy. But we got my man AyeWaiter in here today. AyeWaiter is, I won't consider the GOAT. I know some people that I really like that's really as doing good like him on as far as quality on the camera work, but I like to consider AyeWaiter the GOAT. One of the first people I ever known to actually pick up the camera and do work with it. I think I remember you hitting me. I think, to be honest with you, the first time I ever heard of you, I think you reached out to me on Twitter, and I think you were still in school. I think you were still in school, like the Art Institute, maybe.
Yeah, that had to be back. If it was back in school, I was in the Art Institute from 2011 to 2014. It was a minute ago because I know I started school in 2011 and then I took off a year because I was supposed to go into the Army. But that ain't never happened. They tried to call me crazy. So then I waited a year and got back up into school. So then if that's the case, it was probably a year, probably like 2012 to 2014.
I'm gonna be a little bit more detailed with what you was working on at that time.
Yeah.
It seemed as if you were working on like an urban series, like kind of inspired by The Wire kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. That's what drew me.
Oh man, you got to refresh my memory, man. I'm trying to think.
It was early, bro. Like I said, you introduced yourself to me on Twitter. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't even know that you were like local at the time or they're just nearby. It was just legit. When I say it was the beginning, bro, I don't even remember. I just remember what drew me in. Because you was like, man, check this. You was like, man, check this out. Tell me what you think. It was like a trailer. It might not even have been a real project. It might have just been something you was working on to chop your skills up or whatever. But whatever it was,
that's probably what it was. Because I'm drawing blanks. You know what I'm saying? But
it was early. You probably done put in so much work since then. It was early, bro. But like I said, it was more so an introduction to me. You know what I'm saying? Then you start popping up with my friends. I'm like, hey, bro, you know him too? Like, this, you know what I'm saying? You start popping up with real close people. And that's how, for real, man, that's how I meet a lot of people overall. They end up, you know what I'm saying, they be creative. And, you know, we got people that be creative amongst, you know, my team of people. And they just end up somehow naturally linking, bro. And
you know what's crazy?
What's that?
It's crazy because like, I hear you talking, like you said, I'm not going to see you. So like, I don't see you. And it sounds like you in the bathroom or something. But it's crazy. Because I'm just like, I don't know what it looks, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what, bro? Let me tell you why I sound like that. Hold on, man. We're gonna keep it all the way real this episode because I've been so busy. Yeah. I need to hire some help.
Well, I'm telling you, man, like that right there, that's pretty right there, man. That's something that I'm still getting in my head, man. Like the necessity for team. Having a team behind you, the team working with you, man, is very, very important, man.
It's super important. How about now? I bet you hear me a whole lot better now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because look, I was just telling you before we came on, I was recording my artist, and I done left the mic all the way over there, and I'm using it. I'm using it right here. But so back to what we were saying, though, bro. You started popping up, ready to work.
Just make sure you bring more than
and to see what you done with your work ethic to ball side middle. Now you shooting movies with hats that come with hats. You feel me?
Man, you gotta represent Ball Side Middle, man. Make sure y'all check it out. BallSideMiddle.com.
Hey, look, I promise you, I had told you earlier that I had heard about this.
Yeah, that's what's crazy because it's like when you had said that, I'm like, yo, how, son?
I'm gonna tell you exactly how, and I don't know how true it is or what the situation was, but me and my homeboy, I had met out here working. He was talking about basketball. We was talking about like that high start in middle school when the highest basketball player in their area go to different cities and different towns, and then he just started saying he was like, it's this movie coming out. And mind you, he don't know I know you. I don't even know you're talking about. I don't even know he talking about you at the time. He just explained it to me. He's like, man, it was this school where all these stars came out, and it reminded him of what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because he was saying, I used to hoop. He was like, yeah, Kevin Durant used to come here for the summer, You know, it would be like, you know, just basically like the culture before you get to the big screen. And he was like, it's this movie that's coming out that's just like what we was going through. And then, like, you know, later on, I see you start posting on. I'm like, bro, this is the movie you talking about. That's crazy. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm so into basketball, but I definitely want to touch on, you know, that movie. And I want to ask you so many questions, but you know what? I'm going to stick to the script. I'm going to stick to the subject on the movie.
I feel like this, man. The best interviews are the ones that feel like conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If you got a script, you can stick to the script, but if you just want to just talk, man, we can just talk.
And look, when I mean stick to the script, I do not have a script. I meant more so that I was going to stay on the subject.
And that I do understand.
Yeah,
you know
I meant more so I was staying on the subject because I did have questions, but it just flowed right into it early. I was going to kind of say the ball side middle to later. In my mind, I was going for like a chronological interview. I had so, you know what I'm saying, you done did so much work. This is like you feel me, this like a highlight. To me, as a fan, you feel me, it's more so like a highlight. So I did want to go revisit some works first. But it's cool, though, because we're going to get right into it with the ball side middle. How did you even come across you being one of the main people behind the bringing the vision to life with it? Like, what kind of opportunity or room was you in when this came across your table?
So, ball side middle came about from my girl's dad and my business partner. His name is Craig Booth. Shout out to Craig Booth. That's my mentor. That's my brother. That's like a father to me. And so basically what Ball Stop Middle was last summer. Me and my girl Mel, she's off my business partner. You know what I'm saying? We were just working. You know, Mr. Booth knows the type of work I've been doing. But he had this idea. He had a book, right? And he had the idea for this book called Ball Stop Middle. But me and Mel were telling him, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's a new day and age. Everybody's filming stuff now. We got to film it. So, let's get a little history behind Ball Stop Middle. So, with Mr. Booth, he's a coach. He was a coach at Chancellor High School for many years. And he also ran, I don't know if you remember or if you're familiar, they were called the Sports Booth. Right off Route 1. It's like a big old sports complex, right? And within that, and even before having that, he had a thing called Hoop Booth, his own thing. And the first drill that they would run, when he would teach people, would be Ball Stop Middle. It's basically a 3-man league, right? So just learning that, and then learning the history of where Ball Stop Middle came from filming, it get deep. So the history of Ball Stop Middle goes back to Brooklyn, right? So because Ball Stop Middle was one of the first drills that Mr. Booth learned at Brooklyn, USA, in Brooklyn, right? So this is the 70s, you know what I'm saying, like early 70s, mid 70s, you know what I'm saying, time period. And basically it was kind of started by this dude named Lester Roberts. Now, Lester Roberts, for people that don't know, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know, man, Lester Roberts literally is the godfather of basketball in Brooklyn, New York. And this is why I say that. Because he started a lot of organizations, and Lester Roberts is one of the main reasons why Nike came to New York back in the day. When Nike was a grassroots organization and they was trying to get things up and running, they came to New York. And one of the first people he met up with was Lester Roberts. And that's how Nike came to New York, man. The story is deep, man. So
yeah, it's exciting, bro. And
bro, I'm telling you, bro, the joint is real deep. There's a lot of stuff that people don't know, man. Like like Brooklyn, USA being like one of the first AAU type organizations in New York, ran out of St. John's Recreational Center. It gets deep, and it's like all these community coaches. So basically, the first documentary, it dives into the community coaches. All the coaches that helped damn near 34 players get to the NBA. And that's what makes, and this is what Ball Stop Middle talks about. It's about why Brooklyn being the mecca, because from 75 to 85, that 10-year period, 34 guys went to the NBA from Brooklyn. You see what I'm saying?
And I already know as a basketball fan, bro, like, I'm a basketball fan on this level. That's why this documentary is exciting to me already. But you doing it makes it more exciting. But I definitely look at the backgrounds of where it came from, bro. Like, I wish I was taught when I was younger a little bit so I can hoop. But real talk, though, like, because I wasn't, I made myself realize that I was going to be like a historian of the game. You feel what I'm saying? So movies like this is going into the repertoire. Like, I'm going to sit it with doing work with Kobe, and I'm going to be sitting with the Stephon Marbury kid from Coney Island. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be sitting it with those type of joints because I know what magnitude it'd be a small story and then it just grow. Like you say, from 75 to 89.
And the thing is too, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like the thing is too is like back in the day, like the 70s, like late 60s, 70s is like the thing that kind of makes it difficult is because back then there was really no footage. There was really no film back then to really document these types of things, this history. You see what I'm saying? Like all those things really came in like the 80s and the, you know what I'm saying, late 80s and the 90s where people kind of get these film cameras and start, even the surrounding neighborhoods, people picking up cameras. There was really no footage back then, so it's like a lot of the stories and a lot of the things that were presented to people is from people that was going through, that was in the era, that, you know what I'm saying, that's had encounters with all these NBA's and stars, the Hall of Famers, you know what I'm saying, hearing it straight from the horse's mouth back then. So when it comes to ball style middle, man, like we're talking to the OGs on the street, we're talking to those community coaches that are still living, that had touches to all these players at a very, very young age. Because a lot of the players that we're talking about, we're not talking about their NBA career. We ain't interested in the NBA success because again, you can go Google it. We're trying to figure out your humble beginnings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where did everything start for you? I'm talking about guys playing at like 11 years old. Like, who was the coach? Who shaped you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gave you the conditioning to get from lower level to mid level to NBA status? And we're talking to those coaches, those that ran up to like Jeff Houston, like you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know the dude named Rolando Blackman, Jerry Ice Reynolds, you know what I'm saying? All these guys, man, like we're like reviving history the best way we can when there was no documented history back in the day, man. So it's been a process, man. Like ball style middle is. And another thing about ball style middle, it's not just about the drill, like I was mentioning before, because ball style middle, it morphed into a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? The ball being the thing, basically like the thing that you grasp, right? Say that's your craft. You can apply ball style middle to anything. Like say ball style middle for me is filming. Ball style middle, it's the filming, it's the camera. I grab for hold of the ball. Now with the 3-man weave, in order to, when you pitch the ball, you got to throw it to the side. And in the metaphorical standpoint, the side, that's your support system. Who has your back? These community coaches, family. You see what I'm saying? Because yet again, the obstacles that are in our way, like the adversity, whether there's drugs, whether there's naysayers, whether there's different community, you know what I'm saying? Those are the obstacles that we have to navigate. So basically, by you taking this ball, you throw it to your side, your support system. And then from the side, you have to drive it back down the middle. You know what I'm saying? In terms of basketball. Now, what's the middle? The middle is the core. You know what I'm saying? Your DNA, everything that makes, you know what I'm saying, you who you are. What are your beliefs? You know what I'm saying? So when you combine all three, that's ball style middle from a metaphorical aspect. But it kind of coincides with also with the drill, man. It's get deep, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Hey, listen, I'm hearing you, bro. And then I'm going to ask you, bro, because I've talked to you about stuff that you've done. You feel me? Just in passing, you know what I'm saying? I might pull up on something that you have. I just happen to be there, you know. I used to love that. Like, as I get older now and look back at those things, I'm like, yeah, I used to just pop up on the scene that, it just happened to be work being done. But I've seen you, and I've talked to you about work that you've done, bro. This sounds, you're passionate into this. Like, I feel like you can tell the product that you're about to deliver is on point, and I can tell because of the beginning of it sound dope, like the foundation. It sounded like it was just raw from the foundation all the way to the post production.
I'm telling you, man. The reason for making this project so near and dear to my heart is because I'm literally in it. You see what I'm saying? Back to the metaphorical standpoint of it. I'm literally living ball style middle. Like 2020, when I started the project, life, like for everybody else, I'm pretty sure in 2020. It was going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It was different.
So, you know what I'm saying? Things was just different. So for me, you know what I'm saying, around the time in my life, You know what I'm saying? I was in need of a pick me up. I was going through a lot of stuff, man. And then when taking on boss, I'm gonna keep it a straight 100 with you. Before I even took on boss, you know what I'm saying? I'm back to freelancing, hustling. You know what I'm saying? Trying to shoot video over here, trying to get my finances straight, just trying to live and trying to sustain, man. And I remember there was a point, me and my girl, we were sitting there talking, and I'm telling you, well, I was flat broke. And I'm just sitting there, I'm on the porch. I'm looking at the sky. I'm like, yo, God, help me. Yeah, out. You know what I need help. I need something. Something, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like all just the pressure of the trying to get it right, life in general, you see what I'm saying? Which just hit me at one time. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and I know when my mama was telling me, like, regardless of what's going down, the work gotta come first. You see what I'm saying? So it was just like, I was at a point in my life where I was just like, I'm working, but it's like I'm feeling so disconnected from life because I feel like I'm getting hit from every angle. Plus COVID in the mix, like how do I move? How do I get projects? Because everybody's scared to shoot because of COVID. I was literally standing on the porch, looking up at the sky, and I was like, yo, God, this is what I'm trying to do. I need to make bread. I need to make at least such amount of money because of the things I got to take care of. I need something. You know what I'm saying? And then literally 3 weeks after that, I ended up getting a contract job for some editing work. That paid $1,000 per week. See what I'm saying? So once I started doing that, yeah, okay, $1,000 a week sounds good. And that was about like 3 months. So $1,000 a week sounds good, but one thing I learned is sometimes all money ain't good enough. Because what came along with that was me basically being confined behind a computer. Not having no leverage or no, you know what I'm saying, just no means of moving around freely because I was stuck. I was a slave to the money for a couple months. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that means like, as I'm working, even if I step out, they kick me, we got to fix the end. I'm just trying to make it work for that $1,000 a week because yet again I know I need it. And when I asked God to give it to me, He gave it to me, but I should have been a little bit more specific because He give you what you ask for. So if you ask for something, you better be detailed with it. You see what I'm saying? So He gave it to me, and I'm feeling blessed. Yet again, the stress started to come because yet again I was like, how do I balance our work and trying to live? And this work is consuming so much of my life every day. I have no time to live. But for me, I was like, you know what? You gotta get through it in order to get to it. So I was like, I'm still working. And then at the end, not even at the end, midway working at contract, we started Boss Side Middle. Boss Side Middle July 7th of 2020. So I'm trying to balance out the two, man. Mr. Booth, man, he told me something and it really stuck with me, man. He was like, yo, you gotta get out of hustle mode. You see what I'm saying? Because as long as you in hustle mode, you're gonna continue to hustle. What we trying to do next level shit. Well, personally, we trying to do next level stuff. So you literally have to let go in order to receive. You see what I'm saying? So it took me some time to adjust to that because yet again, with being in hustle mode for so many years, it's trying to do what you gotta do to, you know what I'm saying, to get back. I literally had to let go of what I was used to in order to receive something that was way bigger than that. So basically, what I mean
right now.
So what I'm saying,
but you spitting right now, like.
Just hear me out. I let go of $1,000 a week for 3 months. Okay, sounds good, right? I had to let go of that because what was to come was less everything I've ever done, bro. Because Mr. Booth was like, yo, we gonna get you paid. Because he's literally seeing me hustle and bust my head. And we trying to get this project going. He was like, yo, we trust in the process. So that's something that I had to do. It wasn't as easy, but yet he also told me you gotta get comfortable in the areas you're uncomfortable with. So 2 months go by. It's October. I let go of $1,000 per week. He hit me, he's like, yo, we just got funded. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Come to find out, we ended up getting funded for $100,000. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's the process that I still learn and I'm still, you know what I'm saying, applying to life. It's like, when something is for you, it's going to be for you. But you got to get the stuff that's in your hands already out your way for you to receive something bigger. You may not know what it is, but just release. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to ball side middle, you know what I'm saying? This project, man, is like, it's a lifestyle. And basically the ball being my film career. You know what I'm saying? I literally had to throw it to the side. I had to put it in God's hand. I had to pitch it to the side, my support system. You see what I'm saying? And by throwing it to the side of my support system, it allowed me to clear all the obstacles that was in my way. The stress, you know what I'm saying? Being impatient, not knowing what to do, trying to hustle and trying to figure stuff out. Yeah, it's a good trait to have. When you try to make bread and when you just start to level up and you try to figure out what you want to do, but I had to let that go. You know what I'm saying? By letting it go, it slowed me down. It allowed me to see, it allowed me to understand where I was trying to go. And with this project being in my hand, it's letting me see there's a bigger picture. There's always a bigger picture. But you gotta slow down and see. You see what I'm saying?
Man, brother, when I tell you I'm 100% on the wavelength that's why I did let you talk, but I wanted to let you know, like, amen. Like, you spitting, bro. And when I say you spitting, I'm gonna kick you the same thing you kick back to me in my perspective of what I know. I read this in a book called The Game of Life, where you got $1,000, but you clutching on to that $1,000 because you're so used to not having it. You clutching it, but you gotta let that 1,000 go. Like, that's why they say giving is better than receiving, because if you hold on to that band, you're not freeing your hand to be available for the 10.
Exactly.
But you said that already. I'm just telling you, like, I had already read it, but like I say, I'm inspired by you, bro. I love watching your work, and for you to tell me something that I'm learning for myself. Because, all right, look, I think I've been in situations where I feel like I'm not on the level I really am on, but I am. I'm probably beyond the level that I think I am.
Yeah.
But I had to grasp that because of the turbulence of trying to hustle. And you know, my son, bro, and I know your kid probably play a big part in how you move. And my son I gotta reteach him things that I can see in myself through him. But as an adult, I'm like, bro, you gotta be patient. Like, and patience was my thing growing up. You feel me? And I think that it come from a lot of what we wanted as being blind to what our goals was as far as success, as far as material things, as far as having things in the moment, time-sensitive luxury items, like you know what I'm saying, like clothes and Jordans and shit. Like, oh, you got the Gucci, that's last season Gucci. You know, like just like this.
All the stuff that don't matter. It don't matter.
Once you start focusing on that shit, everything just start unfolding. And I'm a person who seek knowledge, and I just love your story. I love your story that it got rough, and you was like, God, what's up? Like, man, like it's a different time right now. 20 years ago, and it's funny I say 20 years ago because I never thought I'd be this old to say it, but like, you know, just being 12, 13, you know, just being in the mix, and we growing up, we still have peers of the same age. Of course, as we get older, we deal with older people. But I ain't seen in this time ever so many people openly don't believe in God. You feel what I'm saying? Like, openly. And it is what it is. But I love to hear you got so much faith, you feel me? So much faith in what you've been doing your whole life or been set out to do since you decided that's what you was going to do. You got to a point where it was like, man, I'm telling you, bro, I literally got to a point like 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to do this music shit no more because I wanted to be on the level I expected to be on, which is a facade. It's all really just a facade. And I realized that when my little brother told me, he was like, bro, but people love your music. He was like, your music get people through shit. He was like, whether the masses catch on or not, your music really serve a purpose. Like, you really be talking to people. And I was like, you know, it wasn't that changed me. It was the fact that I was about to quit. And I said, man, I'm just going to go hard on it because I never felt like I was going to quit. I've been doing this shit my whole life. You feel me? I never, ever felt like quitting. But it had got to the point where it was like, man, I ain't making the bread how I'm supposed to.
If you like it.
And it's just like, bro, but you stepped outside. You stepped outside knowing your creator is a provider. You feel what I'm saying? You like, man, shit getting serious. God, do what it is that I expect you to do. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds demanding when you're talking to God, but It's your faith. It's your faith. It's your belief.
And I had to, and honestly, and for me, man, like when it comes to God, it's like for me, I had to learn the type of relationship that I had with God, and I had to identify who God was for me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So basically, I remember when I started my entrepreneurial journey. You know what I'm saying? It was around the time I was in college, around 2014. I was working at the dog kennel, shoveling dog crap every morning, every day, feeling like dog crap all the time. And I was just like, you know what? I want to work for myself. And what I heard God told me, you know what I'm saying, the God within me told me, he was like, I got you, as long as you don't sell no drugs. And I've held on to that ever since then, man. Like, I know I can work a job, but I don't get the same thrill as in working for myself. But over the years of me working for myself, mind you, me not necessarily knowing what to do or how to maneuver, especially when it comes to business. You know what I'm saying? One thing I encourage a lot of people to do is if you want to be entrepreneur, then you want to understand the business. Because again, a lot of us, we understand our craft. We want to start perfecting our craft. And that's fine. But when it comes to making money, you got to understand the business. So over the years, I've neglected the business side of things. But it helped me build a relationship with God, but most importantly, the God within. Because I had to identify myself as, you know what I'm saying, if we are all created in his image, then what does that make me? You know what I'm saying? I had to start understanding who I am and start tapping in to this person within before I can even reach out to something else. You see what I'm saying? So I had to build a relationship with God within when times got hard. I'm praying. You know what I'm saying? Just why I may not be praying to something outside of myself, because yet again, what's outside of me is also within me. So I had to first identify with God within. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like over the years, bro, like from just doing it with no direction to figuring out what work and don't work. A lot of still trial and error, man. A lot of that stuff was really a test of faith. Every time I was going through something, I always hit a crossroad. But every time that crossroad came, I had to identify with who am I talking to, who am I praying to, who's going to help me get to the next thing. And even though I may look up and ask for God, it would always tell me, you got to look within.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, yes. Hey, I knew today was a special day, bro.
Every day's a special day, man.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes you can't tell, but when you in tune, you on point. You feel me?
But that's the truth. Sometimes you got to understand that having gratitude makes every day a special day. Because again, we know you ain't have to be here, you ain't have to have the opportunity to do this. But for the fact that you're doing it, man, like there is, and I'm not gonna say there is no future, but all we have is right now. All we have is to be grateful for it. Today I'm doing something I love to do.
And then on top of that, hey, look, you so right, bro, because that's what I meant when I'm learning about the levels of success, the rate of growth. Because, man, the things that I've learned mentally from looking within, spiritually, which go hand in hand eventually for me, financially truly don't matter when you know your worth in them other areas. And like you said, one of the things that I heard you say was God had gave you a condition. You know, you said, man, whatever you do, just don't sell drugs. When it was me, it was, well, one level that I was real clear on was it was for me not to be violent. I was having this conversation earlier too about how I changed my rap name to my real name because God told me to. You feel what I'm saying? Like he said I didn't create this name that you made up. You feel me?
I remember you were going by blue chip that day.
And look, hey, bro, I promise you, I was telling you.
Real red still like that. That's back in the day, boy. What you mean?
Hey,
that's when I started rapping.
Hey,
I heard that when I started rapping. That's like 2006.
Hey, it was 2008, but that was still that era.
You got run that time, bro.
Yeah,
I was
definitely still that era. Hey, look, hey, I appreciate everybody who come on here unexpectedly and be like, man, sometime when you was going through whatever you was going through, you put this song out, that shit hit me, and it made me go. Hey, look, I appreciate that because this is coming full circle. Everybody that I reach out to are people that I'm truly a fan of or inspired by. with whatever it is that they're doing today. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when they come on here, bro, like, it's so amazing for them to be like, to sing a song from '08, to say, man, oh man, that one time I didn't even notice you was paying attention. You feel me? That sparked me or whatever, bro. Because like as I see a lot of my peers evolving, and I'm a little bit more comfortable as a person. Because think about it, even though I was good as an artist, bro, I still have a mentality that I didn't know how to have conversations with strangers or with people that I admired, because you had the culture of, man, get off this nigga dick. You had the culture, you had this culture of these things where it's like for instance, and not only that, one of my friends even taught me, because I was, think about it, when we making music and when I was making music and when I first started making music, it was about your skill. If you didn't have that skill, you weren't worthy. And that's not right either. You know what I'm saying? Because we are blocking it, the reach one, each one, teach one thing. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I appreciate the fact that people tell me that I inspired them at that time when I wasn't the same person who was willing to openly inspire people, or open to work with people that I didn't like, or open to work with people that I didn't feel was worth my time.
It's that conflict. We all had it. We all had it, and we still sometimes have it. I totally understand.
And I think that now we have it on a maturity level, though. It's more so like, are you going to waste my time? Or are you going to waste my money? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is it beneficial to me? I'm about to jump straight into it. It's about people sometimes when their soul ain't right. You can feel that shit. So that's when we go straight into when you was doing for the Chillin' Network, the Soul Vibe thing. Like, yo, what made you want to do that? What made you want to do that? Because that was deep, bruh. I think I participated. I don't know if I made the cut. I've done a lot of work for you that don't make the cut. So I know that I'm gonna have a blockbuster movie, but you're gonna be involved in it. That's just what it is. That's how I look at things. You know what I'm saying? I don't give up. And but it's just when I say things like, you know, I'm not even focused on that one part, but that soul, like, bro, like that was different.
Only me, man.
Especially.
So I'm gonna explain Solely Me to you, man. So for those who don't know my mom, man, Miss Regina Repellier Muffy, my mom has been a metaphysicist all my life. She's been into metaphysics, therapy, and I really get my spiritual enlightenment and insight from my mother. And all my life, she's been that way. So when it got to a point where I feel like in my life it had to be around 2018, maybe 2019, I myself was going through my own spiritual journey. Right. And there was a lot of things that I couldn't necessarily understand. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to receiving signs, just insight, or like, why am I seeing these butterflies? What does this mean? Why am I talking to my grandmother right now? Who's this in my head? My only reference point to go to is my mom. You see what I'm saying? So with that being a part of me, and Chillin' Network being a creation of mine, it was only right for me to include my mom into my work, because my work is a part of her because I'm a part of her. So when it comes to Solely Me is the name that I gave her for this new book she's about to drop. It's about her spiritual journey. So in my eyes, it was like, you know what, Mom, a lot of these conversations that me and you had was camp. I feel will spark with others, because I'm not the only one that goes through a spiritual journey. Everybody has their own spiritual journey. And sometimes we don't know who to turn to or who to look to have these conversations with. But the most important thing that me and my mom was talking about is that we just need to have a conversation. True. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm laying in bed at 5 o'clock in the morning and I get a tap on my shoulder and I turn around and ain't nobody there. Who can help me understand what's going on?
It make you feel like you're not crazy. Because
and you make me feel like I'm not crazy. It's not life.
It may be. Hold on. Hey, my son says hi.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sincere. Sincere's always a guest on my show. You feel me? When he feels like it.
I go in the other room, man.
Can you grab him, please? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. We got uncles in the background. You know, we good. You feel me? We got people.
Right.
We got security. You feel me? We got security for situations like this. You know what I'm saying? I actually love when he does that. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, because I want people to always understand wherever I grow to that I did this from the start, from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? My son running around while I'm trying to get work done, and I love when people can get work done while their family running around, because it's a level of dedication and focus and like gratitude to your surroundings.
It's sincere. Oh, I'm telling you, I'll be in the office. I go, hey, boy. I'm like, come on, let's chill out. Yeah. Great.
How's fatherhood treating you, bro?
Man, fatherhood is a blessing. It's adjusting because it's like we look at our parents, and then for me to be a parent, I think my parents went through. Yeah. I now have an understanding of life. Yes, because there's a lot of stuff that my daughter does, and I just be like, what is wrong with you? And I'll be around my dad or my mom, and they be like, James, that's what we do. And I'll be like, I can see it. But fatherhood is a great thing, man. I got some news, you know what I'm saying, for people that don't know, I'm about to have another kid.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah. About to have another.
You look happy, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I keep up with you, you know what I'm saying? Your relationship.
I am
happy.
Yeah, look, me and my girl, look, it's the best thing happened to me. I am blessed. Semi-strict, but that's okay. I can deal with stress. But overall, man, I feel blessed, man. When me and Mel came together, man, it took me to a different level of thinking and understanding. Yeah. I went through something that necessarily wasn't for me. I had to let go in order to receive what was for me. You see what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
Ball side middle, you know what I'm saying? Terminology and methodology, man. Like, once you let go, man, you're able to receive, man. And honestly, man, with Mel, man, I always told myself, man, I want to be with my best friend. And if that woman ain't my best friend, I don't know. I'm telling you, that is my best friend, bro. We talk about everything, and goofy. She's just like me. Basically, we are reflections of one another. And I feel like that's something that really, really makes relationships worthwhile. You can look at the celebrity other and be like, yo, you are a reflection of me. You see what I'm saying? Like that. It's like icing on the cake. Now, everything ain't perfect. Now, I ain't talking about everything touch on the rainbow. There's balance. There's duality in there. But for the most part, man, like I'm blessed, man. And like you said, like on social media, man, I'm posting, I'm happy, and I genuinely feel happy. And for the fact that she's my business partner, it just worked out. She edit videos just like I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Slowe's commercial. You know what I'm saying? I try to see everything. Teamwork. You see what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, man. And I'm blessed.
Shout out to your relationship. Shout out to your lady. Congratulations to y'all bringing a new addition into y'all family, into y'all world. Man, I love to hear how passionate you are about your work, how good you feeling about your personal life with your family, man, you know, because that's, as we grow, that's really what it's all about, you know what I'm saying, loving what you do, and loving what you do, loving what, you know what I'm saying, what you got when you're not doing what you do. And that's I've learned that too. I want to share just because you said that about I don't think that my girl is more so the same person as me, but she's everything I lack. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what, when you said that, you know, it's easy to say cliche, oh man, that's my best friend, or that's a person who's equal to me. And when you say that person is the same person as you, and I'm like, man, mine ain't, but I feel the same way you feel. And that's how
you said you know the feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And I just wanted to share that with the audience when it comes to relationships. You can have different niches. It don't gotta be like, you know, sometimes you need somebody to just be on your ass. You feel me?
Yeah,
like that may be valuable to you versus having an identical twin flame type of situation. But it's all about what, you know, God, like you said, God will orchestrate whatever it is you need for you. And I need somebody, I've learned throughout, now that I'm in a relationship, been in a relationship for a long time, you know, I got a family. Now I'm trying to realize, oh man, that's why I didn't work out with this person. That's why I didn't work out with that person. That person wasn't gonna hold me accountable. That person was gonna be a yes man, or you know what I'm saying? Like I, with the natural all time wanting to get better, you gonna need something different. But that's what, and I just wanted to share that with those watching, those listening, because I know people. I always try to emphasize my family and my relationship, or the guest's family relationship.
It's important, man.
Calm down, man.
Family is I feel like life is about partnerships and relationships. I mean, you got a good friendship, you know what I'm saying, or you got a good relationship, but at the end of the day, it's about coming together in partnership, man. Like it's about creating an energy that can be received and reciprocated and multiplied. You know what I'm saying? The energy that you go into something with is going to be received and it's going to be multiplied. You know what I'm saying? So if you want some F stuff and going into something, the other person's going to receive it, and over time it's going to multiply. So you got to be mindful of. You have to be mindful of these things. Like, can you be who you truly are with the person that you are either chasing or looking to attract? Because those things are important. Because in the honeymoon phase, we all know the honeymoon phase, it's all lovey-dovey and stuff like that. But when it all boils down, you know what I'm saying, is the person that you looking eye to eye with, you know what I'm saying, are they able to receive the energy you give them? And when they receive it, and if they multiply it, would you be happy? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Because like in a simple way, Kanye say, "It's always gonna be haters. That's the way it is. Hated niggas, man, hated bitches, and have hated kids. Because it's just gonna multiply, it's gonna grow." And I like the way you put it though, because I watch a lot of people who pretend that they got good intentions when I know they don't. When it comes to like, you know, just building families and pursuing women and things like that, where you already don't have good intentions and you can't believe what happened. Where you didn't have good intentions from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It reflected in your actions with the relationship and however it pulled out. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you go through life like. And I like the way that you think, and I like the way that you process things. It reminds me of myself. I just like seeing it through other people. But it's like you're a critical thinker, so it's like, damn. As you become critical thinker, you realize shit is simple. You know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, this shit is that. It's just 1 + 1 is literally 2. I do some shit that's good. I get out what I put in, and this, you know, bad things happen. If I, you know, a lot of people do shit like. Might do some sneaky bad shit, but it was like the outcome's supposed to be official, positive, and it
always come back.
Yeah, it unfold ugly. And you're like, why did it unfold ugly when everything was going so good? It's because that intent is in there, whether we can see it or not. That shit in there. You feel what I'm saying? Like I've seen it. I've seen it when it comes to people that I used to work with. People that I had to realize business and friendships. You do have to separate these things. Because not all the time, but. As you grow into what you're trying to do, because you're not looking at a business situation with your friends. You know what I'm saying? You're not really looking at it. So there'll be people that use their intent is to grow their business, but they try to approach it in a friendship way. You feel what I'm saying? Which you start as a friend, you kind of accept people's flaws, and but in the business, accepting the flaws, accepting the L's. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you start realizing the people you do business with, what kind of intentions do they have for the outcome. And it may go good for 6 months and then crumble right after that. And then it'll all go back to that true natural intention. And that's why that shit crumbled like that. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that's interesting. And I know that you had a group, a team. I don't know if you still have a group or a team because, when I grew your brand, the way that you do your thing, but how did like your evolution of working with your partners? I mentioned a few of them, Jay, Ultra Mackin, a few of those. How did you grow doing music, but realizing everybody got their separate passion in their head? I think from that era, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay, shout out to Bass, shout out to Quay, shout out Black State, all y'all, it's Black State, shout out Mommy King, shout out everybody, man, that's been with me, you know what I'm saying, from day one, man.
You know what I'm saying? I think as life happens and life evolves, so do people and situations and things.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I don't have anything bad to say about anybody, you know what I'm saying, that I grew up with, that I started doing stuff with, because yet again, as I get older and as I realize that, you know what I'm saying, sometimes people aren't going to be on the same path, or they're not going to be in the same car with you on that path, I had to realize that it's okay.
Yes.
But yet again, it's like how sometimes it may come off. It may come off like, oh, you ain't fucking with me, but it ain't about that, man. Honestly, really just growth, man. Like it's sometimes it's okay to normalize. Sometimes you just outgrow certain situations, people, and things, and
Sure.
it's nothing negative. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what life does, man. Like if you're in a pot forever, you know what I'm saying? You're only gonna grow so big, but it's just the fact that like mentally, me, man. Like sometimes I had to take a step back because yet again I had to realize that what I was trying to do, you know what I'm saying, required focus, and it required necessary attention in order to navigate on this road. You know what I'm saying? So I remember back in the day, man, like I remember me and Jay, man, like when it was like 2014, 2015, 2016, man, like when we really didn't have nothing, and all we really had was focus and ideas. We were together every day. You know, listening to J. Cole intro in the car, it's gonna be alright. Don't hustle, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to get it. We're trying to create, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people come into your life to help with those certain purposes and those reasons. But when it's time to take that turn off the exit, you know what I'm saying? You have to detour for your own life, you gotta make that happen. And everybody that I know, man, is everybody, I feel like everybody is living and doing their thing in their own lane. And it's just like, for my life, it's like, I can't stop. I have to figure out a way because yet again, of how I can see and how I can envision myself, man. Jeez. I got a lot of history with a lot of people, man. A lot of people.
And look, and that's why it's interesting now because, like me, like when people ask me, such as yourself, what made you do this, bro? Man, it's amazing to see where we all came from. It's amazing to see everybody that's creative still working and still growing. And hey, bro, when I say I love what you saying, I live what you saying. I live what you saying like 5 years ago or 10 years ago when I'm listening to a nigga talk about the streets and all the shit that come with that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm living what you saying right now on really understanding, man, it's not bad to have separated from certain people for whatever reason, whether it have been positive or negative. Just looking at groups of people, like, you know, just using classic Jackson 5, New Edition. Everybody grew up to be men. You feel what I'm saying? They grew up to be men.
And it's life, like you said, it's growing up, it's life. Everybody's situation different. You know what I'm saying? The vision and the goal are still the same. It's just, you know what I'm saying, like we just in two different cars now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go at my pace, you gonna go at your pace. Hope to see you there. Just like hopefully you hope to see me there. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's like the car ain't gonna stop. And I wish the best for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So to me, I pray for everybody. And even if somebody ain't praying for me, I pray for everybody. Because I know somebody has to think. That's what my grandma told me. She said, pray for everybody. Yeah. Somebody gonna be there praying for it.
Hey, yo.
You know?
I don't like even mentioning it. I got friends that I may consider, I don't know if I consider them enemies because it's really up to them, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot
it's in their head, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, for real, bro, I moved away. A lot of people don't know where I live, and a lot of people don't know. I don't keep it a secret. It's just more so, I felt like when I lived in Fredericksburg, people knew too much about me that wasn't in my life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I feel it.
So that being said, it's just like when I moved away and I made a decision to move away from my family, and just for me to test myself, man, are you really as capable as you say you are? Start over, do it over. You know what I'm saying?
It's a personal testament. Like you had to test yourself.
It's friendships that wasn't meant. It's not meant simply because I just decided to choose myself. You feel what I'm saying? And you start to realize, damn, bro, I didn't even know you felt that way about me because when you doing something for somebody, or when you are an asset to somebody else's organization or idea or vision, you feel me? You don't realize how much you involved until you step back. You feel what I'm saying? And once you step back,
impact you have until you get yourself out the picture.
And then it's like you step out the picture, and it was situations that I came across that was like, man, you left me hanging. I'm like, you feel me? I ain't really know I was responsible for your success or for your livelihood or energy or direction. You know what I'm saying? And just stepping off and growing, it was the best thing I ever did for me. And I see that every person that I see make that decision for themselves, I watch them grow, and I love seeing it. And I think that's really another part of why I do this. You feel
and I feel like if you're true friends, brothers, you know what I'm saying, homies, you know what I'm saying, and you're mad at somebody's growth, whether they're around you or not, and you're generally mad or you're irritated by it, then it kind of like makes you to think like, okay, what was it from the jump? You know what I'm saying? Was I just beneficial at the moment? Now that I'm no longer around, it's animosity. And I feel like those things need to be hashed out or talked about over time, or just immediately right there. But yet again, sometimes it don't happen that way. Sometimes life happens, and then yet again, people, they don't have those conversations. They're left in the dark. And it only takes one person to shine light on it, you know what I'm saying, to kind of like figure out what it is, man. But it's just like, if somebody's really mad that you moved on and you're doing something that you feel like you need to do for yourself, then fuck them. I'm sorry.
But like I said, it's fuck them. But you know, of course, you have your feelings for these people. But when you start to see, like you say, bro, when you start to see what's the decision that you made, how it's benefiting you and your family and your life, and it's not even about like, it's literally about growth, personal growth. No snake shit, no, stepping on toes, none of that. Just really taking yourself and choosing to elevate yourself. I literally had people in my life come up to me and be like, bruh, you were supposed to do this. Like, damn, that's crazy how you think you got enough power in my life to tell me what you felt like I was supposed to be doing. You feel what I'm saying? And man, that shit crazy, bro. Like, I just love, like I said, I love that being on the same wavelength. And I just knew that I knew already. I could tell, you feel me? I could feel it. I wanted to ask you, bro, so do you know you're not shooting movies, and you've been shooting movies, so it ain't like nothing new. It's just that, it's that next level shit. But my question to you is, do you still shoot videos, or are you still open to shooting videos, or is that something that you just was doing to get to this level?
No, man. I enjoy shooting videos. It's just currently right now, me personally, I'm not necessarily shooting because I'm wrapping up. We got the documentary, 3/4 of the documentary. We got the first one done. I finished the other two, but that's why I'm building a team of people to facilitate these guys, give them the experience, you know what I'm saying, they can kind of emulate the product that I create and that people like, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to help people create that so I can duplicate myself to multiple people so people can still get the product. Now, if there's a project out there that, like, especially with music, it's like, there's times where I love shooting music videos and there's times when I hate it. Now, the reason why sometimes I hate shooting videos is one, because sometimes it feels like if I'm doing something on a music video, sometimes it feels like it's just for the movie, it would feel like it's for the video. You see what I'm saying? But if the song is really fire and I'm in a situation where I now have all these resources to really create, then I love it. Because now the artists are taking themselves as serious as I'm going to be taking them. You see what I'm saying? So I'm still, it's just right now, like literally like the past year, I just been out in the ball stop. I'm trying to really get this going with everything. It's not just the film, it's the brain. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to get this ball rolling. We're trying to get this to higher level that I have. Just trying to surpass what I've always done. So we get to the point where like now it's done, now we know how to do it. Now we can duplicate it and on the next project. You see what I'm saying? But I'm more interested in building Chillin' Network. I'm more interested in putting the music and the artists into movies and film where a lot of people are going to see it and it's not just music.
I want that. I want that for my music. I feel like I got a catalog of so many music that can depict moods. So I've definitely grown into that. Believe it or not, I'll be collecting cameras and trying to be you one day. Not for real, you know, I just said that to be funny, but like, you know what I'm saying? But I really have grass cameras and stuff, and like you said, and I don't be putting out a lot of stuff yet because I'm just such a perfectionist, and I look at other work and I really just gotta get on the ball and just go ahead and do it because I feel like I can do better than some of the shit that I see. But
you got I'm gonna tell you something. Do not drown in your own perfection. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's my lesson. That's my
lesson. Don't do it. I'm telling you, because look, we all been there.
Yeah.
We got to become perfect. But we just got to give people a chance. We have to give the people a chance to critique and give us feedback.
Right.
Because I also have to tell myself that. Because then again, for me, there's a lot of movies and stuff, a lot of scripts that I want to write. That I know if I just took my time to write them down and get it done, I feel way better instead of beating on myself like, no, why don't you do this, get it, do. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just getting it out like before, but yet, like you said, if you're effective, yet again, having a plan to go along with it is important. Yet again, man, like, there's a lot of people I know that just drown in their own perfection, man. It's like, they wait until it's fully perfect, but damn it, it's perfect, bro.
Yeah, I've learned that it takes, for me, all right, this is something I've learned through doing this show. I be such a perfectionist on my music or whatever it is that I do. A lot of this comes natural and it be good natural. But what people be telling me is, man, when you did this, I was inspired by that. Not to say that I wasn't inspired by my newer work, but they was inspired when I didn't even care about how it sounded. I just really was doing it.
Because the content matters. Like we can really be on like the smallest pixels. It don't even matter. The image quality can look horrible, but if the conversation and the content is good, people gonna listen to it. You see what I'm saying? Now, as you grow and as you evolve, you want to start picking up on new things and getting a better setup and lighting and all that, whatever. But as you go, man, the content is king. Content gonna carry over.
Yeah, I'm learning that too, man. There's so much shit to learn in life, in professionalism, in business, and then the cool part is trying to put it all together and apply it in different places, bro. I know we've been having a full conversation. I definitely had some real, actual interview questions based off of your craft. Who are your favorite movie like shooters? Do you like directors? You like Quentin Tarantino type people? Are you a Spike Lee person? Who?
Nobody. I don't have.
Look, that's dope.
I don't have them.
That's
if
dope.
I see a good movie, I see a good movie, but I'm not tracking. I ain't on nobody's ass like, oh, they dropped the movie. Nope, I don't. That's totally honest. Being totally honest, I don't have. I don't have no favorite.
I ain't mad at you. I actually appreciate that.
I don't think. I mean, like I said, if I see a good show or a good movie, I might look at who shot that. Oh, that was tough. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a music video, oh, who shot that? Let me go follow him. What's up? But I'm not clocking nobody. If I see it, it's good. Hey, look, I might, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't have a favorite.
That's good. Hey, bro, I appreciate that answer because I'm all about groundbreaking answers on my show. Because I'm gonna ask a lot of people the same questions. I'm gonna ask a lot of people the same questions, because it's about art and your craft. You know what I'm saying? And who you're inspired by. There you go. It's all about your art and your craft and who you're inspired by, so I'm definitely gonna ask you about your favorite movies though. You can't tell me you don't got favorite movies though.
Nah, I do got some favorite movies. It's too many.
Just give me three. You ain't gotta be in no order or nothing. You ain't gotta be dead or alive, top 5. Just give me 3 movies that, captivate you as a person, what you do professionally, anything. Any reason why.
One of my favorite movies is Life. I love that movie, Life. With Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. I love Life.
That's a good movie, though. Everybody love that movie, too.
I like the first Tales from the Hood scary, you know what I'm saying, in the genre of like horror, like scary stuff. I love the first Tales from the Hood for the fact that I like I just like I like the message behind it. I like the being black, scary movie, good messages. Yeah, but even though it shot like 95, it was still a deep message in the movie. And then something modern. Oh, man, that's a good question. Man, I might have to say, this may sound crazy, but I think it's a Pixar movie.
Nah, don't sound crazy. We love Pixar movies over here.
Yo, okay, we going to the Pixar. I like Up. I love Moana. Moana Pay. You know, I know it sounds crazy, but I like Moana. It's a good story though. Finding Dory was an amazing movie. It made me cry. As I get older, I find myself crying more.
Now you got kids, that's what happened. I ain't cried. Hey, no, I ain't cried. I cried, hey, bro, I probably cried like 4 times in like 10 years. And then when my son was born, bro, it just be crying. I be emotional as hell. I be like, man, this shit crazy.
And I say maybe my last month is man, y'all gotta see this joint. All side middle. I'm telling you, all side middle. I gotta check out the trailer, check out the content, man. I had to plug that in there.
Hey, yeah, I was definitely gonna ask you where can we watch it? You know what I'm saying? Where can we?
So right now, it's not out. We seeking distribution. But what we have right now, if you go to ballsidemiddle.com, you'll see a lot of the things that we've done, a lot of the trailers, a lot of content that we produced around the brand itself. You can check that out. We also have a Facebook page, Ballside Middle documentary page. Yeah, I can't wait to see these things. The first one, diving into community coaching and all these things. We got the second one talking about basically from BK to the NBA, going into all the ladies that went to Brooklyn to the NBA. And the third one is the Hoop Hoop store, and it's it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Man, look, you truly sound happy about the project. I'm glad that I caught you at this time.
It's been my life for a whole year, bro. It's been my life for a whole year.
I'm glad I caught you at this time then, bro, because your vibe and your energy and I guess, you know, how you feeling about your accomplishments have truly reflected in the interview, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Did it truly reflected in the interview?
Now I'm gonna flip the script and I'm gonna ask you a question.
Ah, man, I love when people do this. Shout out.
All right. Okay. So, I think we talked about, so what made you start doing this podcast? And after you finish that one, I got another one for you. Okay, because I know we talked about it before we started, but I want the people to know what honestly made you start this podcast.
What honestly made me start this podcast is.
And I want the real stuff. I don't want
I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. I'm gonna tell you straight up. The original idea was I hated seeing other people go live saying I do not own the rights to this music. The idea sparked from there. I literally said, you know what? I want to go in there and say I do own the rights to this music. Then it was just like, damn, but for what? I'm just telling you how the idea evolved. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, this is a time where I can play other people's music that own the rights to their music too. Because I know people that, you know what I'm saying, it was just more so about the background music. I ain't never even been live before this. You feel me? Like, as far as me personally, I did a podcast before with somebody else that, you feel me, I did that with them as a supporting cast member or whatever. But, you know, I wanted to do something. I felt like I had all the resources to do it, like a microphone, a TV, a computer. And, you know, I watch a lot of interviews and shit, but I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, bro. Like, this is what pushed it. I came up with the idea. I shared it with my network, my following, my Facebook. And I said, man, I want to do this. And I told myself, if one person tells me to do it, I'm going to do it. because I already told myself to do it, but you know, in order for somebody, I need people to participate, I need people to watch. You feel what I'm saying? So I just threw it out there as a, you know, hey look, this is what I want to do. I told myself, I said, one person tells me to do it, I'm gonna do it. I don't care, I ain't gonna think about it, I ain't gonna. This is the only joke I don't do, what you say, drown in my perfection? This is the only thing I do that I don't drown in my perfection. I turn the TV on, I try to keep my son out of the way, I try to do it when we go to sleep. You feel what I'm saying? But this is one of them things where I really just do it for the love of reaching out to the people that I do like to watch and having that conversation with them. Letting them take time out to really give me some time. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the people that's ever been on the show because I know how busy they are because I watch. You feel what I'm saying? I know how busy it is. I know how busy it is to have a family. And I've gained that confidence in myself to do whatever I want. You feel what I'm saying? Like to believe that I can do whatever I want. And like I say, as long as I got one person that said, hey, do that shit, I'm going to do it. Because I need to give it to somebody. You feel what I'm saying? As long as one person wants it, they're going to give it to whoever else wants it. But that's a true statement of why I started this show. I wanted to do something for me and all the other artists and creators to speak or to be heard or pump their shit, pull their shit, just to let them know.
Give them that platform, provide that platform for them.
Right, yeah, that's the politically correct term I hear all the time. Provide the
You
platform.
got the politically correct,
I feel you. I just don't use it as a normal word. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when people be like, man, I appreciate the platform, I'm like, yeah, I got a platform. Because I hear that on social media. You hear that all the time, that word, providing the platform. And it's crazy that my idea turned into a platform. You feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate it.
It ain't crazy. I see what you're saying, but I know it ain't crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you the one,
my next question is this.
All right.
If you can have anybody on your platform tomorrow, who would it be and why?
Tomorrow, I would ask J. Cole tomorrow. I would ask J. Cole tomorrow because I like how his artistic views have grown as he has. A lot of people know that his skill set is there, but his artistic view is different. He grown to be willing to try new things, and I would probably just have a lot of questions because I can relate to growing artistically. You feel me? I feel like I'm always gonna appreciate skill set when it comes to whatever people do, because anybody can just pull up and shoot and make the shot, but to be Kobe, you gotta do Kobe shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that J. Cole, just off of the, you asked me a random question and, I'm giving you a real-time answer. I just feel like J. Cole right now is on a different level in all areas when it comes to entertainment, skill set, viewpoint. You feel what I'm saying? Like separating your family life from your public life. I'm always just interested in growing. He went through the basketball thing. I just be feeling like people pursue their dreams against all odds. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he represented what I would want to talk about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because next week could be a different story. I could be in a different mindset. I could be inspired by something different. But right now, I would choose J. Cole because of those reasons.
I like J. Cole, man. I like it all.
Man, hey, bruh. Hey, listen. I was telling somebody about J. Cole. I think it was last week. I don't know if it was on the show. I don't know if it was real. Because a lot of these conversations I have beyond the show. But J. Cole, them two songs, My Life, the 21 Savage one, and the one with Lil Baby, Pride is the Devil.
Good.
I listen to J. Cole for like a heat check. I'm not a person who will bump J. Cole every day. You feel what I'm saying?
My bro will bump J. Cole every day.
Hey, shout out.
Die J. Cole fans.
To those people who do, shout out. I say that because I'm one of them artists who's like a J. Cole. You feel what I'm saying? As far as skill set and the content. So I listen to that shit on some heat check. I expressed it to somebody else. You still got it? Are you still on that level? Did you go up? Did you go down? Like, it's like I'm checking on you like a peer. Even though I never met them, I look at them like peers when it comes to skill. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, you doing your shit? You doing what I expect you to do? You taking it to a higher level, or what are you doing? And then once I figure that out, I put you to the side. I listen to you as a vibe when I'm ready for it. But as far as artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, I already know their music is solid. I know their music is good. It's all about what I'm looking for in their music when I go listen to it. So I'm listening to J. Cole on the highway versus picking through his shit as an artist. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I get on the highway and hear these two songs. These shits make me drive faster immediately. Like, them two songs, and it's crazy because in the culture that we are in now, what I say will sound regular. If I was to say this in another time, the J. Cole's best songs have 21 Savage and Lil Baby on it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, you don't hear that. You don't hear that sentence I just said. You don't hear that often. You feel what I'm saying? Like this culture now, this time you do. But like I say, just in the natural 5 years, 10 years, and I hate to always just go back in time, but I'm just loving how time has shifted. Where 21 Savage can do a song with J. Cole and it be ranked the best song on the album. Because it just showed growth in us as a unity, community, or just even watching 21 not take rap serious and just did the shit because he could, into taking it to a level where he really serious about it and he making waves to the point where he got the best song on the best rappers album. You know what I'm saying? That's out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's big shit. And I just love to hear them. Them two songs touch me a lot because of the content. Like you said, the content of them two songs, like them shits is striking. I love his other songs too, but them joints are just striking.
I like it. It's not just the production. How it was all put together, man. It's a beautiful song. I got another question, man.
I got one more for you, and then I'm gonna let you slide.
Okay. If you were interviewing you 5 years ago, what would you ask yourself?
Oh man, what took you so long? What took you so long? Why were you so worried? And what do you think? I would ask my 5-year-old self, and I shot them two questions out in 2 days. This is what I'm gonna really ask myself now. I would ask myself 5 years ago, do you truly believe that you will be in this spot? Even though you really felt like this, but did you truly believe? Because 5 years ago, I was on bullshit. And I don't even think I was on bullshit at that time, but I was stalling myself, bro. Like, you know how, God told you don't sell drugs. God told me just don't be violent, so I still did that. You know what I'm saying? I try to look. Let it completely go, bro. It's been the best decision of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can honestly say I'm probably a little bit more successful than I am at it. You know what I'm saying? Or at least feel that way because I've learned that money ain't the success. Money is just money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can buy shit with money, you can go places with money, but man, it's been shit that's been given to me for who I am. You know what I'm saying? I've been given things that may have helped me get to where I'm going. I may have grabbed opportunities where I may have not needed a lot of money. I may have only needed what I needed. And you feel me? It might cost somebody $1,000 to do something that may cost me $100 because of the work I put in and who I really am. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't seeing that day. You feel what I'm saying? I was kind of chasing bread. You feel me? I really understand what it's like to chase bread. And I've seen people that I really was side by side with. I seen people that was pursuing their dreams and was on the brink of it and really was just in the wrong place, wrong time. Fuck their life. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people who had more money than I ever have counted in my life for my own possession, wish they didn't have it now. You feel me? Because they don't have it now, but they wish they never had it because of what it led to. And I was blessed to say that these people have really came up to me in the midst of the shit. You feel me? In the midst of the storm, in the midst of the bullshit, and really tell me, bro, you special. And I promise you that you don't have to worry about this shit like other people do. If you do what you do, and you take your heart and your intentions with you where you go, you'll be fine. You're not gonna need drugs. You're not gonna need money. You feel what I'm saying? Because you already have everything you need to get away.
You have everything inside you.
Hey, bro. And I promise you, bro, I really feel like, you know, and that's why I asked myself, bro, because when these people are telling me this 5 years ago, I'm just worried about as long as the rent paid, as long as I got this, as long as I got that. And, you know what I'm saying? To truly drop everything and follow your heart. Shout out to this girl named Ebony, bro, because Ebony told me to follow my heart. I don't know her real last name, but she ain't no artist or nothing. I just was having a conversation with her, just telling her about my life one day, and she just said, "Hey, bro, follow your heart." That shit sounds so plain, so simple, so cliche, but it struck me that day when she told me, and I'll never forget that she told me that, because one day I just dropped everything and followed my heart, and I feel like it's the best decision I ever made.
What I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it leads me to being able to talk to y'all and being proud of y'all. And a lot of us have the same journey, stories, but just different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to find out, man, let the hustle go. Like, I'm just really learning that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really learning that because I done hustled and survived for so long. My girl be like, man, how you just count everything out in the store to the last dollar? Like, I be, hey, bro, the grocery store know me for budgeting. You feel what I'm saying? Like literally though.
Over here with $4 and 56 pennies.
Yeah, they be like, I mean, not more so, not even that, not even being cheap, but more so staying within my budget. When I be like, I'll be like, man, this shit $104, and that's what it does be. When that shit ring up, they be like, how you do that? I be like, man, cause that shit real, that shit serious. You feel me? Just trying to, you know, focus on that shit. And it was just like, man, once you let it go and really just stay true to what you're doing and believe that, let it go so it can open your hand so you can receive a bigger blessing. You gotta believe, hey, bro, you gotta believe that shit. You gotta believe it. You feel me? All right, so my next question I'm gonna ask you is, all right, cool. If you could shoot your favorite rapper or artist, it don't have to be a rapper, it can be a singer, rock band, whatever. If you know, who would you shoot tomorrow with no budget? You feel me? Max, you could make a fucking Black Panther movie level if you wanted to. Who would you choose? And give me a basic concept of what you would choose for them.
I'd shoot some conscious stuff. I'm talking about a conscious movie. The soundtrack, the artist for the soundtrack would be Bastard. I'm telling you that right now. Bastard Rain.
Shout out, bro. Shout out, my
man. Got the music. I am a fan. That's my homie, but look, fan first. I was just Baz.
Shout out Baz because, yo, I don't even know him personally. And when I say I don't know him personally, I know him artistically. You know, he's been in my crib. I've been in the studio with him. He's invited me for features. I know him artistically. And I'm not even going to be, I'm not surprised. I am surprised because you chose that, but I ain't like, man, you crazy. That's what's up, bro.
Baz, man, Baz got the music, man. It's like, I sit there and like you asked me, I'm saying, would I still shoot videos and stuff, bro? I have so many ideas to a lot of his music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other crew members, so it's just something about Baz music, man. Like he rap, you know what I'm saying? How he break it down, how his wordplay, how he deliver, what he say, man. It just, for me, it just be beautiful. It just be in the pocket. And I be like, damn, bro, if I could just shoot this and just take over a million people, bro, I'd love to do this. Baz got the music.
Hey, bro, you special, bro. This whole time, I be, hey, look, Waiter can rap too. That's something that I didn't know. And then somebody just played a song one day in the studio, he was rapping. And you nice. So I think that's really dope that you know.
Damn, what about bro? You don't play with this.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you chose not to fool with it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I still, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, for me, my thing is I'm building up the platform. So when I drop, you know what I'm saying, they got, you know what I'm saying, a little push behind.
Oh yeah, big Chiller. Hey, look, Chiller Network. Look up Chiller Network on the Instagram, bossidemiddle.com, man. Check out the previews. Man, if y'all ain't never seen Waiter's work, and y'all into independent film, or just film in general, I say independent because bruh really do this from scratch. So, you know, when you see it, I just want you to know he foundation all the way to the end. And just to see him grow, getting to this point, and excited about it, you know, because some people get to this point and get exhausted. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just being ready to go, chilling network. Man, check them out. I'm trying to tell you, you'll see me on there eventually once I start not drowning in my profession, as he said. But yeah, bro, I know it's big things for you in the future. I'm happy to be a witness. I'm happy to be a part of it. Happy to see it. Thanks for taking time out to fuck with me. You feel me?
Thank you for reaching out to me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Hey, bro. Like I say, man, I'm glad you were available. I'm glad the timing is everything because the way you feel right now, you may not have felt when I first started this or later on down the road. Because there be certain people like yourself that I really would wish I could do in person. And it's just that sometimes, like you say, I can't drown in my profession and miss those opportunities when I can really get it done and it can be just as effective and we can move forward.
Remember this. I want you to remember this. You have time and then you have time. Time and time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey man, and the crazy part about this, like you said, time and timing. One of the things I have improved on is I scheduled all my guests a month ahead of time, and that's the first time I ever did that. And so that's why you say time and timing. I wanted to add that in there just because I had 3 weeks ago and was like, hey man, pick this day or that day. Because I'm just trying to organize myself so I ain't gotta scramble when it's time. You feel me? And the day you pick, perfect time. You feel what I'm saying? It's just all perfect time. And I'm glad, like I said, man, this interview was as good as I expected it to be. I'm glad for that. I know that, you feel me, just like everybody else tell me, man, if I know I can reach out to you whenever I need to. And I just hope to, when it's time to reach out to you, I hope that I'm not drowning on my perfection and we're not 60.
Hey,
but
man,
if we are 60, we can put out the Irishman level shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But man, shout out to you, shout out to the family. Congratulations on, you know what I'm saying, your new child on the way. I wish the best for you, bro. Shout out to all those who view and share and keep this shit going. I will promise to get better with all of what I do with this. And man, waiter, I will see you at the top, bro. I will watch Boss House Little. I'm gonna be telling you about it. My favorite.
We already there, man. We already at the top.
Hey, listen, when I say I love ball, bro, like I love ball. So it's like I'm gonna be on that. You feel me? I can't wait to tell you what I think about it, and you know what I'm saying, just soak in some more game from the OGs, the history, all that, bro. Like I said, bro, we could go forever. I can tell, I can feel it. So I'm gonna let you go, get you back to the family, you know what I'm saying, get you back to whatever it is you're doing. And I'm out there kicking with mine. As you can see, it's a party in here now. It's normal. Now it's a party. And I'm gonna show love to the fam. And you be easy, bro. Shout out to y'all. Better ask somebody. And you have a good night, bro.
You be good, man.
All right, thank you, bro.
Good.
Man, thank you.
He was too loud.